U.S. President Donald Trump says he'll make a major statement on Russia this Monday, July 14th. The remarks come as the U.S. prepares to send more American-made weapons to Ukraine, funded by NATO allies. In an interview with NBC News, Trump revealed a deal where NATO pays 100% for U.S. arms, which are then passed on to Ukrainian forces battling Russia. Trump emphasized, "We're sending weapons to NATO, and NATO is paying for those weapons, 100%. The arms package includes air defense missiles, artillery shells, and other hardware. It overrides a previous Pentagon pause on shipments, a pause linked to Trump's frustration with the billions already spent on Ukraine. Russia has stepped up drone and missile attacks on Kyiv and other cities. Trump's irritation with Vladimir Putin's aggression has grown in recent days. Once again criticized Putin for escalating the war, and expressed support for a tougher sanctions bill currently in the U.S. Senate. That bill is sponsored by Senator Lindsey Graham, one of Trump's key allies. It proposes severe penalties on Russia, but whether it's enforced will be Trump's decision. They're going to pass a very biting sanctions bill, Trump said, but it's up to the president whether to use it. Trump also said he was unaware of a Pentagon pause ordered by Defense Secretary Pete Hegseth, which temporarily halted weapons shipments to Ukraine. Meanwhile, Secretary of State Marco Rubio recently met with his Russian counterpart Sergei Lavrov at the ASEAN summit in Malaysia, amid this tense backdrop. Secretary of State Marco Rubio said he expressed the United States' frustration that more progress has not been made on ending the war in Ukraine in a meeting on Thursday, July 10th, with Russian counterpart Sergei Lavrov. It was a frank conversation. It was an important one. Rubio said his 50-minute talks with the Russian foreign minister on the sidelines of the ASEAN foreign ministers meeting in Malaysia.
I echoed what the president has said, both disappointment and frustration at the lack of progress in peace talks or in a path forward. So we'll continue to engage. We shared some ideas and comments, which I'll take back to Washington as early as this evening in terms of calls and reflected, and perhaps there's something to build on there. But it was a frank conversation. It was an important one. We had it, and we talked about some other items as well and related to the war in Ukraine, but that was obviously the first and foremost topic that we discussed. And look, the president's been pretty clear. He's disappointed and frustrated that there's not been more flexibility on the Russian side to bring about an end to this conflict. We hope that can change. And we're going to continue to stay involved where we see opportunities to make a difference.
The conflict shows no signs of slowing, and all eyes are now on Trump's July 14th statement, which may signal a major U.S. policy shift on Russia and Ukraine, whether Trump uses the new sanctions powers or not. His influence over NATO strategy and U.S. military aid is already shaping headlines. To stay informed on this developing story, subscribe to the Indian Express YouTube channel. Tap the bell icon and get the facts that matter.